If you're planning to move to Colorado, what I'm about ready to tell you could save you and your family $50,000 to $70,000. I'm not even exaggerating. I've seen families make these exact mistakes and the financial damage was devastating. What's up, beautiful people? My name is Noah, your Northern Colorado real estate and lifestyle expert. Now, I've helped hundreds of families relocate to Colorado over the last 6 years, and I've watched good people make the same 5 mistakes over and over again. And the worst part, every single one of these mistakes is completely avoidable if you know what to look for. Today, I'm breaking down the top 5 Colorado relocation mistakes, and we're gonna start with some that you may not have ever thought about and building up to one that cost a family I worked with their dream home and forced them to settle on something a little less dreamy. You guys are gonna wanna stick with me through all 5 mistakes because the last one is happening to families right now, and it could happen to you if you're not careful. Now, mistake number 1 is assuming all Colorado towns are the same. And this mistake costs families years of unhappiness. Look, I get it. You see Colorado and you think mountains, outdoor lifestyle, great schools, but here's what most people don't realize. The vibe between towns that are literally 15 minutes apart can be completely different. Take Longmont, Berthoud, and Erie. They're all within 15 to 20 minutes of each other, but they're totally different experiences. Longmont gives you a small city feel. You've got restaurants, breweries, events, and everything is going to be right here at your fingertips. Berthoud and Erie, they're smaller, quieter, and more of that authentic small town Colorado feel. If you're someone who wants to know your neighbors and have that tight-knit community, these might be absolutely perfect for you. But here's where families mess up. They pick the biggest or most famous city without considering what actually fits their lifestyle. I've had clients move to Longmont when what they really wanted was that small town feel. Now, don't get me wrong, at just over 100,000 people, Longmont still feels small to me, but it's not what they were looking for. I've had others move to smaller towns when they needed more amenities, and they're driving back and forth to Longmont a few times a week. Is that a deal breaker? No, it's not. But these families just didn't have someone to guide them through the process and end up being in one of the other towns besides their hometown more often, which doesn't really seem like a good fit to me. The fix is simple. Visit during different times of the day and during different days of the week. See what the energy feels like, because moving costs are expensive, and moving again because you picked the wrong town, that's thousands of dollars that you just don't need to spend. Now, this is a great time to save my cell number, 720-741-7474. You can literally call and text me anytime with questions large or small. I don't have a sales pitch. I'm just here to help you out. And if you want a behind the scenes look at what family life is like in Colorado, go follow me on Instagram at real.estate.hippie, as I'm always posting about family adventures and all the new local hotspots. Now, let's get back to this video. Now, mistake number 2 is paying a premium price for a specific school district when you don't need to. And this one drives me crazy because families are literally throwing away money. I mean, can I have some? Now, here's what most people don't know about Colorado is that we have what's called open enrollment. That means your kid can attend almost any school in the state, regardless of where you live, as long as there's space available. So when I see families limiting their home search to only Boulder Valley school districts because they want their kids to go to those schools, I have to stop them. You can live in Longmont, save $250,000 on your house, and guess what? Still send your kids to Boulder schools, if that's what you want. Now, there are some logistics to consider, as you might have to provide transportation, and of course, popular schools are going to fill up fast. But the point is, you have options that most families don't even know exist. Now, recently I heard of a family actually moved in right next to my clients, and they spent an extra $150,000 on a house in a specific district, only to find out later from me that their kids could have attended the same schools from a much more affordable neighborhood. That's $150,000 they could have saved, used for college funds, vacations, or just some extra financial security. The smart move? Simple. Research schools schools you want first. Then look at housing options everywhere. Don't limit yourself to one district when you might have access to them all. But wait until you hear about mistake number 5, because this one catches families completely off guard. That's not what you think. Now, mistake number 3 is not budgeting for the fact that your Colorado self is going to be completely different from who you are right now. And this transformation, it comes with a price tag. Here's what nobody tells you about moving to Colorado. You're going to become an outdoor person, whether you plan to or not. The mountains are literally right here. The hiking is incredible. The skiing is world class. And suddenly you're going to want to do things that you never did before. Now let's break down some numbers here. An Epic Pass for skiing or snowboarding, $800 to $1,200 per person per year. The Icon Pass, the same thing. Good skiing or snowboarding equipment for a family of 4, you're looking at $2,000 to $4,000 easily. Hiking boots, camping gear, mountain bikes, winter clothing that actually works in the altitude, all of this adds up fast. Now I've seen families spend $10,000 to $15,000 in the first 2 years just getting equipped for the Colorado lifestyle. And here's the thing, is that you're going to want this stuff when you're living 30 minutes from world class hiking and a few hours from some of the best skiing and snowboarding in the world. Staying inside really isn't an option. Now this isn't a bad thing. It's actually one of the best parts about living here, but it's an expense that catches families completely off guard. They budget for housing, moving costs, maybe higher grocery bills, but they don't budget for becoming completely different people. My advice? Simple. Add $5,000 to your first year Colorado budget for outdoor gear and activities. Because trust me, your old hobbies aren't going to cut it when you've got the Rocky Mountains in your backyard. Now the next mistake is where things get really expensive. This one has to do with Colorado's unique real estate contracts. And if you don't understand this, it could cost you your dream home and thousands of dollars. Now, mistake number 4 is not understanding the Colorado real estate contract and how it works differently than most states. And this mistake right here has cost families their dream home and thousands of dollars in travel expenses, not to mention the added stress. The Colorado real estate contract has 43 different dates and deadlines. Let's say that one more time. 43, are you kidding me? Some states where I've done real estate, you only have 3, your appraisal, your inspection, and your closing. Now we're talking about the earnest money deposit date, the inspection period, HOA review, water rights review, due diligence documents review. There is a lot going on. Now this gives buyers more time to investigate everything about the property, not just the physical condition, but the neighborhood, the HOA, the schools, absolutely everything. In Colorado, you have a laid out schedule, and you can back out during any one of these phases in the contract for any reason during that time. And guess what? Get your earnest money back and move on to the next property. And here's where families mess up. They want to book a whole week trip to Colorado and go look at 27 houses covering as much ground as possible. In my experience, this leaves people exhausted, stressed, and takes some of the enjoyment out of this process. That's where knowing the Colorado real estate contract and how to leverage it comes into play. Now, of course, you should come for a visit, but not necessarily to look at a bunch of homes, but more to see and find out about the right town and the right neighborhood. Enjoy local coffee shops, restaurants, and go ahead and chat up some locals. You're gonna find what flavor works better for you, and from there, you just put me to work. Now, I've created an out-of-state buyers program to help people like you out, and let me tell you what, I wish that this would have been around when I was looking to relocate, because what I do is we will sit down together over Zoom and talk about exactly your needs, your identity, what you do for hobbies, both professional and personal. And from there, we break down the Northern Colorado market, the different towns, and then we get laser focused on exactly what you're looking for. Now, because of the real estate contract, we know that we can get you out of that contract based on a number of things. So what I do is take my video equipment along with me and video tour these homes. I send you a YouTube link that you can fast forward, rewind, watch the dang thing 100 times if you want. From there, you can actually get the property under contract. Now, this allows you to hit the pause button, take a deep breath, and then book a flight out here to meet with me at the property for your property inspection. Now, during the inspection, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the objective view of the home. And you can terminate the contract for any reason. Literally, I've had people terminate the contract because they didn't like where the mailbox was, or they thought the house smelled a little funny. Either way, you get the picture. Now, another mistake that isn't necessarily on this list, but I see it happen a lot, is people trying to navigate this with an out-of-state lender who doesn't understand the Colorado contracts. Now, I've literally seen deals fall apart because the lender didn't understand the proper timelines. And with 42 dates and deadlines, you can understand why. This is why it's so important to get pre-approved with a local lender before you even start looking at a single home. It's not just about knowing your budget, it's about having someone who understands Colorado's unique contract requirements and can move fast when we find you the right house. Now, the Colorado real estate market moves a little bit faster than what you're typically used to. And because of the complexity of the contracts, if you're not working with people who understand the local market inside and out, you're setting yourself up to fail. Now look, if you're serious about moving to Colorado, don't try to figure this out alone. Text or call me 720-741-7474 and I'll connect you with a local lender who understands these contracts and can help you make a smooth transition. Everything I've told you so far, yeah, those mistakes can cost you thousands of dollars. But the mistake I'm about ready to share with you cost a family I worked for over $50,000 and their dream home. And it's happening to families right now as we speak. And of course, mistake number 5 is deciding to rent for a year before buying a house. Now look, I get the logic, and I'm not trying to sell you on anything. You want to explore the neighborhoods, understand the market, and make sure Colorado is the right fit for you. It sounds smart, but is it really? Let me show you the real math on this decision because it can be absolutely devastating. A decent 3-bedroom rental right here in Longmont, you're looking at about $2,600 a month. You do the math, that's $31,200 a year. But that's just the beginning of the costs. While you're paying rent, home prices are appreciating. Colorado homes have been appreciating at about 4.2% annually. And on a $625,000 home, that's over $26,000 in appreciation you're gonna miss out on. So you're paying $31,000 in rent and you're missing out on $26,000 on appreciation. That's already $57,000. Now, if you add in moving costs twice, security deposits, and the fact that interest rates might go up while you're renting, well, you're easily looking at $65,000 or more. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't afford to throw away $65K. Now, I had a family last year who was dead set on renting for a year. I just explained to them the pros and cons of the situation and supported their decision because, hey, that's what the heck I do. A year later, they came back ready to buy. But here's what happened. Home prices had gone up, interest rates increased, and their buying power had shrunk dramatically. The single family home they could have afforded a year earlier, now it was out of reach. They had to settle for a townhome instead of a house that they really wanted. Now, yes, they're happy. They've made some great friends in their townhome community, and they'll have some equity to move up when they're ready. But it wasn't their first choice, and it costs them significantly more than if they would have just purchased when they first moved here. Now, here's the reality. If you're planning to be in Colorado for more than 2 years and you have stable income, renting is usually going to be the more expensive option. But of course, there is a right way to do this move, and I'm about ready to tell you how to avoid all 5 of these costly mistakes. First, research the vibe of these different towns before you visit. Look at their webpage, their event calendar, and check out the downtown area. Get a feel for what each one of these communities has to offer. Second, understand Colorado's open enrollment policies. Don't limit your housing search just to one school district until you know all of your options. The third thing is budget for some extra cash for your new Colorado lifestyle. Now, trust me, you're going to want to get outside and explore all that beautiful Colorado has to offer. And fourth, get pre-approved with a local lender who understands the Colorado contracts before we start looking at homes. And fifth is seriously consider buying when you move instead of renting first. Run the numbers for your specific situation, but in most cases, buying immediately is going to be the smarter financial choice. Colorado is an absolutely incredible place to call home, but these mistakes can turn your dream move into an absolute financial nightmare. Now, if you're planning to relocate here, don't try and figure this stuff out alone. You've got a friend here in Colorado, and my number is gonna pop up right here. I'll help you avoid every single one of these mistakes and make sure your move to Colorado is everything you dreamed it would be, without all the expensive surprises. Now, there are several changes happening all across northern Colorado, and my guess is that you want to know about them. That's why I made this video right here where I break all of the large changes happening right now down, so you should go check it out. Remember, stay adventurous, my friends. I'll see you in the next video.